Hello and welcome to the Goddess Queentulsa show. I am your host, Queentulsa, and today we are here to get some things out of the way, guys. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for returning. Let's go ahead and get our housekeeping out the way. We do have a comment from the Plant Diva. She says yes. All right, guys. So listen. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're not liking and sharing, please start today, okay? As it helps us grow. Now, first of all, I want to say this. Yesterday I was on social media and I happened to see Khia on live, right? And not only did I see Khia on live, I saw Mr. Gerald Jackson on her live, right? And he was up there talking a whole bunch of nothing, just pissing the crowd off. I mean, everybody was definitely feeling a certain type of way, right? So this is Gerald Jackson. Now, Gerald Jackson, as we all know, first broke the story on Shanquella Robinson and eventually brought in another person from the other country, right? And that's how we get the Cabo 6, right? And see, when you talk about a guy that does things for clout, allegedly, and everything on this channel is allegedly, and actually, let's go ahead and get this out the way. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use. Tips the balance in favor of fair use. This video was made for entertainment purposes and is transformative in nature. Okay. Now let's get the guy up here that was extorting people. Okay. So let's just take it back here. In my opinion, once a thief, always a thief. Once a liar, you're always going to be a liar in my book. Right? And so let's go down memory lane. Right? Let's just go down memory lane just to remind you all of who Gerald Jackson is, Okay, this was just last year. July of last year in 2021. We're in 2022, right? All right. Jacksonville man sentenced for trying to extort North Carolina attorney. Jacksonville, North Carolina, the operator of a local news website, has been sentenced to a minimum of 11 months in prison for attempting to extort money from a North Carolina attorney. A district attorney said Thursday. District Attorney Ernie Lee says Gerald Jackson Jr., the operator of the North Carolina beat, faces a maximum sentence of 23 months. News outlets reported. Jackson was found guilty on Tuesday. Let's continue. According to Lee, between September 18th and September 19th, 2019, Jackson is alleged to have tried to extort $4,500 from a local Jacksonville attorney in exchange for not publicly disclosing personal, embarrassing information about the attorney. Lee said the attorney never paid the money and instead went to the sheriff's office. Court documents show that while operating the website and a Facebook page for North Carolina Beat, the court says Jackson used a social media platform to post, report, and publish information about various individuals, including elected officials in Onslow County. So, once again, the criminal acts is what I don't like. And this is another thing that I don't like, because I went into the chat and, I remember Khia from when she was with T.S. Madison. They made a great duo, right? Madison's moved on. She has since moved on, right? And so I was just over there because it was like, okay, she's on live. And then you know how you can see like people's faces. And so I was like, Gerald Jackson over there, what is he doing over there? Well, this is what really stung me in the rear. Is when my fellow content creator Norris, Tony, had went over on the platform. And I felt like at some point they were being mean, well, I can say this. In my opinion, Gerald Jackson and his crew, because he had one of his fans up there, right? Because even though the guy was a fan of Khia's, he was a fan. He was like, oh, this is my friend. I'm a friend of Gerald Jackson, trying to secure his name and his role on the panel. But I want you guys to listen to this clip right here as I bring it up so you guys can follow me with this frustration.
No, we could have called the ball threat from the day.
Right. Patty didn't know what was going on. She was thinking, if only you knew. And the next thing you know, security came and snatched her. She dropped her flowers. Her heel came off. It was bad.
They said Patty dropped her flowers. Her heel came off. I'm done.
She done eyed that regular ass dress.
We got to put an investigation out and see who got beef with Patty.
All right, so pretty much right here, they're just discussing, I guess, Patti LaBelle's concert. And so that's where you hear the guys saying, oh, well, she dropped her shoe. She had to be rushed off the stage because apparently something happened at Patti LaBelle's concert. But let's go ahead and get more into this content.
It's good to see. It's good to see you back on the air, though, Khia. It's real good to see you back on the air.
Thank you. It's good. Thank you, baby. Yes, the fans ain't gonna listen to the well, child. I'm back.
Oh dang! Did anybody hear that? Tina Turner's son died. The one.
Yeah, that's her second. That was her second son. Her other son died from suicide in 2018.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, excuse me, guys. So my fellow content creator Norris, Tony, ends up on the panel, and here I'll give you guys a visual, so you can kind of see where I'm going and where I'm talking about. This is no way, shape, or form to bash anybody. I just want to bring awareness to when you see something, say something. So as you guys can see, Norris Tony on the panel. He just arrived to the panel, right? Now, I'm going to play this, and I want you guys, okay, so here, let me go ahead and drop this down so you can see Gearld. So you can see Gearld like right next to Khia, right? Okay, so we're going to put him back in the center because this is who this is about. All right, guys, let's get into it.
Well, what's going on?
Hey, Khia.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, did you see?
I love your song, Respect Me. That's my favorite.
Respect me, yeah.
Me,
hey,
call it just like I see. You gotta respect me.
Now, I want you to really pay attention. Norris Tony is excited. He's got a smile on his face, and anytime that he comes up in the room, he's not a problematic person. You know what I'm saying? He's just there to give his commentary, enjoy the show, and engage with the rest of the panel members, right? So without further ado, y'all know how to, play a little, talk a little, play a little, talk a little. But it's all going to make sense if you guys follow me. Let's go.
Pay
my dues.
Yeah,
Pay my dues.
Yeah.
Pay my dues. You got to R-E-S-P. Respect me, R-E-S-P. Respect me, R-I-S-P-C-P.
Bitch, y'all better say it.
C-A-B-C-D. Respect me.
Respect me. Child.
And these goes in my mouth, bitch.
I know that's
Respect all of
right.
it,
Talk about how big
Fuck them
Susan
other hoes. Where are they now? Child.
You right. You know what, Queen? I'm looking at Dunham. Dunham McClurkin must have been at the.
Now, you have a guest that just rolled up on your panel. The guest is trying to give the queen her roses because I feel like it's only appropriate you go into somebody's house. You speak to the channel holder first, you know? Says, hey, Khia, you know, I really like your song, Respect Me. And so, you know, they start singing a song. And before you know it, let's see if Norris is able to get out what else he wants to say. Let's continue to watch. And let's also keep in mind people that just want to be seen and heard. People that just wants to be seen and heard. Let's get into it.
Motherfucking Baymont Inn, because ain't no way somebody just opened up the goddamn door to your goddamn
Baymont Inn.
hotel room and just walking up.
He said it was the Gerald. He said it was a 4-star hotel. He said it was a 5-star hotel. When you go on Google, ain't no damn 5-star hotels in Memphis in that area.
Hey, Shamar was down at the Baymont Inn in Kanye.
Now, he done been catfished on Grindr or some child, because ain't no damn.
Dunning was on Jack looking for trade.
Looking for trade, and the wrong person on.
Not looking for trade. Child, on first Sunday? No.
Okay, guys, so pay attention to this. So Norris is not smiling anymore. You know, the smile went away because it's like, okay, now y'all done cut me off. You know, now y'all are trying to take over the conversation. Is this a panel where everybody can talk, or is this a make fun of Norris day? Because I feel like he was treated unfairly over there. And I'm watching, right? Because, okay, now I know somebody that's up on the panel that I can relate to. I can trust that Norris is going to give his unbiased opinion, right, about the situation. He's going to give his unbiased opinion about the situation, right? So let's see if Norris is given the opportunity, or is Gerald going to take this moment and make it about him? Do you guys think that Gerald is going to make it about him? Or is it going to be a friendly engagement with everybody on the panel? I want to know. And listen, guys, if you're able to, please hit my Cash App. Please hit the Cash App. Your sister is over here working. I'm working very hard. I worked hard for the money. And on that note, let's just go on a quick commercial. We'll be right back. Thank you all so much for supporting Queentulsa, the show, whether it's a like, a share, a subscribe, a Cash App, a PayPal, or a Zelle. Thank you for coming by and watching the show. And this is your commercial for being acknowledged for just being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, who would be watching? Thank you for tuning in. Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you all for tuning into the Goddess Queentulsa show. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I see that we have 4 people in the building, and we only have 2 likes. Guys, can we please hit the like? It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. Just hit the like button right quick, and we can continue with our show. All right. So without further ado, let's continue to get into our show. Right? A little background music for you. Now let's listen.
look at them. Not in the first. Wait a minute, we got to talk about Jamal Bryant trying to turn Newburgh into the weed house.
I've been so
Now, are we in agreement with Jamal saying that he got one down there and he want to start growing weed down there?
Well, why you want to grow it in the back of the church though?
When Eddie Long Dick had them children hiding under the stage.
That's what I don't understand. Why is everybody so mad at Jamal for doing weed, but y'all weren't mad when Eddie Long was fucking them children? They taking them off.
Okay, so keep in mind of Gerald's reaction. Keep in mind that Gearld is, trying to stay relevant and hot in this conversation. Instead of giving other people an opportunity to talk and engage, it's like he's not going to overtalk Khia because this is her show and she has she can pull the plug on him, but he's going to be rude to the other panel member, Norris Tony. Let's get into it. Now, we remember Norris Tony came on, he was, hey, Khia, I like your song, Respect Me. And remember, he was smiling, right? Well, what is Norris doing right now? He isn't smiling anymore. You want to know why? Because Gerald Jackson and his crew are making fun of him. Let's get into it.
All out of
But I
town.
ain't gonna smoke it at the church house. We got to let the Lord have some sacred ground now.
No, but Bill said she wasn't coming to church unless there was a smoking section. So,
Oh,
it's
God.
gonna be
I mean,
packed.
you can smoke outside in the parking lot at least.
We gonna smoke it in the car before we go. Now, Jamal. Now, I don't know if we going to till the land of reefer at the church house. Now, have Jamal went too far, or we in agreement? Newburgh gonna be thick.
We are in agreement because I feel like that I feel like the purpose of what he's doing it for is really, really good. That we do need black people that are farmers, okay? All these white people.
Thick farm out there for the homeless people. Why he got to grow weed?
Yeah.
Make me understand. Make me understand.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal, Khia. The church is still like the church is like $15 million in debt still. They like $15 million in debt.
They pay no tax.
No, it was
All right, now let's get into it. As you can see, everybody just discards that Norris is there. Norris has something to say. And I'm going to tell you like this, content creators, if you are out there, jot this down as a note. If you have people that come up on your panel, acknowledge everybody that comes up and at least make way for everybody to sound off and give their opinion. I think it's only fair. If you guys come over to my house, I have a panel, I drop the link, you come up. I'm not going to disrespect you because you took out the time to come over here and visit my channel. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be some type of structure to where, everybody is treated equally and fairly when they come to your show. My opinion, my views, my observation. But let's get into it because I'm curious to hear what Norris has to say.
$30 million, but he done brought it down to like 15. When Eddie Long died, that church was like $30 million in debt. So basically, all Eddie Long was doing was just
all insurance money.
Paying auto boys.
Eddie was just back there in the choir room eating booty. That's it. He wasn't paying no bills. That's it.
And he wasn't paying his bill.
So that weed thing is it will generate a lot of money for the church. That's what Jamal is thinking. Like, we can pay off the rest of this debt if we just start growing weed in the back like collard greens.
Did the Lord give him that vision in the dream?
It's possible. Anything.
Okay, so listen, as Norris is trying to speak, so everybody, three people have their camera on. Gerald doesn't have his camera on and Gerald's friend doesn't have his camera on. So they are able to see the screen. They saw that Norris was about to say something, but they continue to talk over him. When I say it's so many Cynthia Baileys out here that just goes with the flow, go with the wind, go where pushed, go where convenient. My observation, that's Gerald and his friend. But let's get into it.
Goes out there, them churches. It's possible.
We the people want to know: are we gonna let Jamal grow the weed, or we ain't agreeing to this?
I love Jamal.
You
We
love
gonna let
Jamal?
him grow the weed. I love Jamal. We gonna let him grow the weed.
We gonna let him grow the weed.
You know,
Bell peppers, onions.
Let Jamal grow the weed. We the people Jamal got to promise us that they ain't gonna do no more killing in the hood. Now he got to get all the little young niggas.
Baby.
He got to get them because I think we can't have weed getting grown at the church and these niggas still out here killing each other.
I'm gonna give him a pass, queen.
He's gonna get the boys out the hood and let them come and learn weed farming, and we don't have to worry about no crime and rape and killing and shit going on with children. I might give him this permit to grow this weed.
So basically, you can get basically you gonna have.
It's gonna help the boys. It's gonna teach them about farming. It's gonna give them money. It's gonna give them jobs and all this care. I said, Jamal, you gonna pay them in weed?
Basically, you gonna have communion, and then you can get a dime sack.
Everybody get a blunt when they come through the door.
Everybody get a blunt through the door.
Well,
so they ain't gonna be high. So they ain't gonna be high off the Holy Ghost no more. They're gonna be high.
Okay, I don't know if you guys can read body language. Okay, so at this point in my mind, Norris is saying, now, I know they saw my lips about to say something, and they know I want to get in here and say something, but are they going to shut their big mouths and let me say what I had to say? I got added up on the panel, but are you going to let me talk, or are you going to continue to talk over me? Let's talk about it. We have 8 people in the building. Can we please get the likes up? Let's get those likes up, guys. Let's get those likes up, guys. It's 10 people in the building. Let's get the likes up. My people over on Facebook, hello. How are you? Let's get the likes up. Let's show some love. Hit the like button, please. Let's go.
Off that Zaza.
Right.
I feel like they too high now. That's why they all got anxiety. I don't trust that dispensary shit. I think it's something going on with the weed. They dumbing everybody down. Everybody act like they crazy and scared of people and got anxieties. I think it's the dispensaries. Something ain't right about these crackers. Crackers ain't never gave us nothing.
They spraying.
Now they want to open up all these dispensaries. They just give y'all this shit is breaking people's brain cells down. Something ain't right about that dispensary. I needed to come out the dirt. And I needed to have some seeds in it. All these colors and strands and all this kryptonite, Superman, Kirk, slurp. I don't know nothing about that. I smoke reefer. I smoke reefer. I'm damn 50 years old and I still look like myself. So something's going on. These children looking old and dried up like prunes in the California rain.
Queen. It's that pills.
It's making them spaz out. They haven't. I ain't never seen this much anxiety in my life.
Them pills too, Queen.
And that Adderall. And that fentanyl. Drugs ain't the same no more.
And these kids, these teenagers are drinking.
All right, so as you can see, they are still talking over Norris. They see him. They see his movement in his lips like he's about to say something. And why not let him talk, Gerald? Because you're the moderator on the channel. You're adding people up. You're dropping people. Let's talk about it. You want to be in control of so much. It's getting pitiful. Observation-wise, it looks like you are wanting your big moment. You're wanting your breakout moment. Oh, I'm associated with this person. Oh, I'm associated with that person. Who gives a darn? Who cares? Now let's get into it.
They drinking heavy now. Like we used to do wine coolers, Boone's Farm.
Gin and juice.
Yeah, these kids is drinking Tanqueray straight out the bottle.
Hennessy.
They got a lot. They got trials and tribulations. They got problems. I ain't had them kind of problems when I was their age. We was having fun. These kids fucked up.
That social media fucking ass up, bro.
They so much
missing
Chicago.
They all slow.
All
and
them
angry.
Chicago
They all
screens.
so angry. Just fuck that, drug that,
No,
look
dog.
at old people. The baby be on their hip and the baby.
Okay, so as you can see, Norris is still getting his lips together as though he wants to jump in the conversation. But what do the snakes in the pit do? They continue to keep going. They want to have that highlighted comment or that highlight punchline. I feel like what y'all did, you have another black brother that comes up. You know, first of all, let's just say this. He took out his time to click on that link, you know, and come on up. And so without further ado, we're going to play it a little bit more, and then I'm going to show you my reaction. Because I'm like, I know this person, and this was, I guess I'll explain more when we get to that part. But let's go ahead and run through this, babes.
Baby turn around looking like an old ugly ass nigga. I said, girl, the baby ain't even. Baby used to pull the blanket back. You look at these ugly ass children, they look like they done been struggling all day night. They credit that day before.
Looking like balled up homework.
Sure.
When they get older, they're not gonna age right. They
Look,
melanin.
I don't mean to get off topic, but some information.
It was at this moment right here where, in my opinion, Gerald said, no, in my opinion, my visual opinion of what I saw, Norris Tony has a way of capturing a story, and the way that he breaks it down, he'll give you the truth, but then he'll also give you some commentary in there. And that's what I like about him. But here you have Gerald that wants to snatch the mic away from him again.
Information is coming in from the trial of Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez.
Uh-oh.
Megan was testifying today, and she said, quote, and I quote, "I wish he would have just killed me if I knew I had to go through this," end quote.
Well, yeah, today on the stand, the attorney asked her, like, "Are you okay?"
So now do you see where I'm saying totally disrespecting one of my fellow content creators? Y'all didn't even let him get his point out. Gerald is so thirsty for some attention. He's willing to bogart, elbow anybody out of the way because he wants a seat on that throne. He wants to be the queen. You know what I'm saying? Observations. Let's get into it. Now, this part right there, I believe that was the part right there that really got me fired up. Because why are you cutting him off? Like, why did you cut Norris off? Like, you didn't even let him finish. Y'all just talked for a whole 15, 20 minutes. And Norris sat there quiet, patiently, didn't interrupt. Let's talk about it. Gerald, you claim to help the community so bad. You want to give the community a voice. Well, this wasn't even your panel and you was running it like it was. See, this is a perfect example. You give a person an inch, they'll take a mile. This is not your show. Everybody's not going to agree with you. But you didn't even give this man an opportunity to elaborate. You only gave him a nana of a second to express himself. And that's where I had the problem.
Okay. And she's like, I can't believe I'm here. I can't, I'm not used to this. So she was real nervous this morning. Like they could visibly see that she wasn't well. And then they said, what's his name was staring at her.
Was she drunk?
She's showing
I
out.
don't know.
She is showing out. That's what they do when they go down in these local courthouses. These hoes get up here on these stands against these black men, talking about protect black women, protect black men. When y'all gonna protect the black men? All these black men wrongfully convicted of these crimes that y'all.
Well, speaking of protecting black men, who was protecting you when you were out there trying to extort that attorney for money? Let's talk about it. You want to get on? Let's talk about it. You want to get into the details. We have only 3 likes in here. Can we please get the likes up, guys? Gonna hit you with another commercial. And actually, let's take a 1-minute commercial, and we will be right back. Hello, and thank you all for coming out to the Queentulsa show. It was all a dream. We finally made it. Listen, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. You have come to the place where you can relax, enjoy, and get the hot topics. We can also engage. You can come up or even you can call in. That number is 725-888-1644. Thank you so much for your loyalty. We made it. I'm so excited. You should be too. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. Oh, and make sure you sign up for our perks to get all the exclusives first. Thank you. All right, guys. So we are back. And so now let's go ahead and get back into the content.
Y'all come in because they don't want to fuck y'all. They don't want to have no kids by y'all.
That's an angry Smurf. We can't protect that bitch. It's something he ain't right.
She getting up there trying to put on for this jury, trying to give sympathy. The prosecution has already prepped her. They said, give them emotion, cry, act like you ain't never been through this, cry. That's what they.
This is coming from a man that wants to stand up for women when it's convenient and popular for him. From observation. I really want you to get into his tone when he talks about women. So, Gearld, run that back.
And she said, quote, and I quote, I wish he would have just killed me if I knew I had to go through this, end quote.
Well, yeah, today on the stand, the attorney asked her, like, are you okay? And she's like, I can't believe I'm here. I can't, I'm not used to this. So she was real nervous this morning. Like they could visibly see that she wasn't well. And then they said, what's his name was staring at her.
Was she drunk?
She's showing out.
I don't know.
She is showing out. That's what they do when they go down in these local courthouses. These hoes get up here on these stands against these black men, talking about protect black women, protect black men. When y'all gonna protect the black men? All these black men wrongfully convicted of these crimes that y'all put them in because they don't want to fuck y'all. They don't want to have no kids by y'all.
Did you have that same energy for the Cabo 6? Are you out there with your flashlight during the daytime, getting the word out? Are you doing a protest? Was you at the rally? Let's talk about it. Or is it because Shanquella's story was so big and you could get traction and popularity and fame from it, and that died down? So now you say, Khia, we can make money on YouTube. Well, Khia says, I already got a YouTube. Now, girl, we should do a show. Allegedly, my thoughts. Let's get into it. But listen how Gerald Jackson explains how the black woman should protect a black man, when recently a black woman was taken out of here and you had black kings, you had black men standing around and they didn't do nothing. But like I said, from observation, when it's convenient. But let's get into it.
That's an angry Smurf. We can't protect that bitch. It's something he ain't right.
He getting up there trying to put on for this jury, trying to give sympathy. The prosecution has already prepped her. They said, give them emotion, cry.
Okay, so when Shanquella's family has to confront the individuals when it's time to get her justice, are you yelling that to her sister and to her mom? I want to know, because when is this convenient? When is it appropriate to communicate this? I have questions. I need answers. We need answers. The people, we need answers. Because if this is the behavior that you are presenting to us, well, I wouldn't want you on any of my family members' cases. You're not compassionate. It's about that dollar, in my opinion, from observation.
Act like you ain't never been through this. Cry. That's what they. That's
why Miss C was crying at Tasha Woodwood back a court day. She went to cry.
That alcohol she drank is the only victim, because that's the only thing she keep abusing.
Oh,
Gerald.
first of all, Megan wear size 13, so her foot was just in the way. That boy, so what y'all did? He said he just shot out the window and the bullet came down on her foot.
Well, you know, I feel sorry. Me personally, y'all, I feel sorry for Megan, because she don't have no mama. She ain't got no daddy. You know, she out here, you know. I kind of feel sorry for her. I really do.
Okay.
Did you hear that wicked laugh? The guy said, I feel bad for Megan because she's out here. She doesn't have a mom. She doesn't have a dad. Khia looks crazy. And Gerald begins to laugh in excitement. So my question is, do you feel the same way about Shanquella? Do you feel the same way about that scenario and how it played out? Because the black man, you know, he's supposed to be protected. Those black men that were sending around recording, we supposed to protect them. Right? Right? Help me make sense of it. We're just doing research. We're just doing research, guys. Research. Welcome to the show. Let's get into it.
And you know, and she, you know, she probably a little digmatized, Gerald. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot going on that night.
Why she digmatized by party fame? Because he ain't got nothing. What that nigga name? Where she get that nigga from? Where they get these niggas from? I'm like, why he ain't protect this hoe?
They say they bet at Bojangles.
I can't stand
The
y'all.
gag is, I believe Kelsey.
They should have whooped that nigga's ass.
Yeah.
Why Party ain't protect his woman?
Queen.
Okay, so once again, Norris is not able to speak. And so now we're about to just go ahead and take it up a notch, right? We're about to take it up a notch. All right. Let's get into it. If you guys are ready for the next content, let me know. Please hit the like button. We getting our likes up, okay? Can we get one more like, please? It's totally free, guys. That's all I'm asking. All right, so now that we do have more likes, I'll go ahead and play it.
I just want to gag on that real quick. Queen, we love you. We miss you. And I'm glad you're back on the air, girlfriend.
Yeah, I'll be back and I'm going to be live on YouTube as well. We trying to test and make this shit work for the new year, so I'm going to be live.
Okay, but whatever you bring in, honey, me and my girlfriends are for it. Okay? We love
Thank you. I love you too.
Love you. All right, I'm going to let someone else gag. See you guys.
All right, baby. Bye-bye.
Hey, Queen Khia. I just like to say real quick, baby. How are you and panel? Listen, you know how hard it is for us women around here to give birth to these here babies. And we got them 4 heifer nurses that would like to go on an it challenge all throughout social media. They could never. Now, when I went in the hospital to give birth to my 9-pound, 10-ounce child,
Okay, I think I got a little bit ahead of myself right there. So give me 1 second. I think I got a little bit ahead of myself. Let me take it back. Take it back. Okay.
Queen.
I don't feel reasonable doubt. Like it's
Too much reasonable doubt.
All right, let's get into it.
Queen, I love you. I'm out.
I love you too. Much love, True Q. Thank you, baby. See you.
I'm gonna step out too to give somebody else an opportunity.
Okay,
Thank you, Gerald, for hitting me up. I love you, Khia.
Love you. Thank you, baby.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, baby. Shout out to Gerald Jackson.
Once again, Norris is discarded. But listen here, at this point, I'm glad you guys are sticking with me. But at this point, I felt the way. And I feel like Gearld was controlling this narrative. And for you not to let my fellow content creator say his piece, that was a big problem for me. And then you have Dear Drunketta. I want you guys to listen when I come in the room, the energy from these people, especially Dear Drunketta. Okay? So let's get into it.
You already know. Thank you, baby, for the love. Latasha Taylor. Shout out to Latasha. Thank you, baby, for the love.
What's up, Queen Khia?
China, you there? You gone? They cussing you out. They say you need to get off the line so they can get you. Hey, baby. Hey.
What's up, Queen?
Hey, how are y'all doing? Hey, Norris. Hey, Khia. Listen here.
Queen?
I just want to drive up. I want to drive up in here real tough, okay? Gerald, you need to stop lying. While you sit up here trying to extort people, let's talk about you extorting.
Oh my God.
That roasting.
It was at that moment. Let's talk about you extorting, that case that you had in July of 2021 when you were found guilty for extorting that attorney. Let's talk about that. Did you let Khia know that? Did you let Khia know that? And look at the comments. Look at those comments. They wanted me back up. Gerald said, nope, not on my time. You're not back to expose my record.
You know the
who that
moderator
bitch is,
let
honey.
you roast.
Yeah.
Hey,
Queen, can we talk about this Chris Rock and this Blueface crazy ass show on Zeus? Can we talk about this stuff and these people need some counseling? Oh.
I'm going to be honest. The way that the panel was treating my friend, why not go up there and, they thought that he thought that everything was like cool and stuff. Like, no, why are you doing the panel member like that? So while you're talking over him, let's talk about your past. Since we need to stand up, let's stand up against extortion. Right? Let's stand up for a cause and not an applause. Are you really out here trying to really inform and teach our people? Or are you trying to lead our people down the wrong path of just messiness? Hey, Kevin Scam you alls. All right. Kevin Scam you alls. All right. What are y'all thoughts? Did y'all watch it? I'm not for it. Here, I'm actually going to drop the link just in case anybody wants to come up and sound off, Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. You see something, are you gonna say something, or are you just gonna roll with the punches? The question is, will you stand up for someone being bullied? I just started a Q&A in the chat. It's a new feature that YouTube has, and actually I'll start a poll. Let's see. Do you think I was right for showing up for my content creator? And that's the thing. Do you think that Queentulsa was right for standing up for another content creator? I'm always saying, you see something, say something. Well, hell, I saw something and I decided to say something. I wasn't going to sit around and be an onlooker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's only right. They wanted to change the subject real quick. You was right. I love when you call into shows. And you know what? This is my thing. We can hang out. We can do all, we can have a funky good time. But you know what I'm saying? They wanted to change the subject real quick. Yes, they did. And listen, I'll continue to call into shows because right is right, and being fair is free. You know, being fair is free. It doesn't cost you a thing. Being kind is free. And it's like I just didn't understand why they wouldn't let him go on with his commentary. But yeah. Really, how do you feel about her, girl? What is it really giving? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. This lady is beautiful. And when that man started talking all that craziness, Dejanay is not beautiful. No, this is the beauty right here. When that man started talking all that craziness, you know, it's like protect the black man. Like you just reported on a story about a young lady that was taken out of here by people that she trusted. And it was women and men there. Help me understand where you're coming from. Yes.